Doc Leeson here, the podcasting beast. Thursday episode of Debate Amongst Friends, and I had such nostalgia with the Professor John Gotti. Do you recall the EFL?
I remember.
I mean, it was so awesome. I mean, looking back on it, it was just like, wow. But I think this is all brought on by the Pro Bowl, the playoffs, coaches being fired. This is that time around where, Doc was riding high with the Panthers and Jimmy was riding low with the Jets. Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy and the Jets. Doc Lee's here, the podcasting beast from the East with the Professor John Gotti, Professor Omega, the cleaner. How you doing there, boy?
Well, I know I'm not supposed to talk about the why.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. You're out of here. You're gone. Black's gone. Black, he's gone.
Okay, well, sorry, folks. I'm at the game today, so I'm
Black's
just going to
gone.
get out
Yep,
the studio.
Black's gone.
I don't know.
Moving
you said
on.
I'm gone.
Yep, he's gone. Moving on. That guy's been thrown out of here. Oh, my God. He's out of here, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, we're moving on to Cincinnati. That guy, he's got to go. He's out of here. He's out of here.
Okay,
God, he's back.
the bosses upstairs
Oh,
said I had to
God.
come back. So
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. The scumbag.
But since I got two texts, and I can say whatever I want. This is going to be a really bad show, then.
Me.
But I am the wise man for your reigning, defending, undisputed podcasting champion of the world. Our tribal chief, the head of the table, the sultan of squat, the man who poops ideas all over the place, and they turn into diamond. Los Tranquilo himself, Doc. Please, what's going on, man?
Just having EFL dreams, man. I don't know. I don't know the
mean,
videos, the social media for gaming amongst friends, even the old division clips.
It inspired you to want to get back into it. And
I hate it,
EFL
though.
was great. I think it became too much at the time.
Yeah.
But what we always talk about, and we talk about a lot off the podcast, you learn from your failures and become better from it. And I think if Doc El Idolo decided to bring back the resurrection of the elite football league, I think it would be astounding. Dare I say, very esport worthy, potentially.
But the people had to go to Gaming Amongst Friends to see that. Not Debate Amongst Friends, but Gaming Amongst Friends, social media, the Instagram page or Facebook page, to see those old EFL clips. And you, the people, let me know if Doc Lee's in the podcasting, we should bring that back. But
I don't have the shirt, but maybe it's time for you to run it back. He ain't happy about that. Run it back.
But we have a lot of different things to cover here. We have the top 5 draft picks right now, the new order. Number 1.
Let's wait until next week for that. Let's wait.
You want to wait until next week?
Yeah, let's wait.
Okay, you think it's gonna? You think it's gonna change?
Either it's not going to change or it's going to change completely drastically. But let's wait until next week. Let's wait. Let's wait until we head into the last 2 seasons, the penultimate.
Well, let's talk about the opposing side then, the playoff clinching scenarios.
Yes. So this now begins week 16, and we already have one team that clinched. Congratulations to the Green Bay Packers. We have 7 teams.
That team.
that could potentially clinch either a playoff berth or even the division title. In the AFC side, we have the Kansas City Chiefs as they head over to Pittsburgh this weekend. I'm not going to go throughout the whole spiel. I'm just going to talk about the scenarios
Sure.
though. They can clinch the division if they win and just go loses or tie, or if they somehow tie with the Steelers and the Chargers lose. They will clinch a playoff berth if they win. So if they win, they're in.
Sweet.
If they tie and Buffalo loses, or Indianapolis loses,
you might as well not even go through those. You just skip
or
those.
Cincinnati versus Baltimore does not end in the tie.
You know dang well Kansas City is not tying with Pittsburgh. Why don't we just knock it off? They shouldn't even put those up there.
They have to put that up there. Mathematically, it is possible.
Congrats, Kansas City, on clinching at least the playoff berth.
The second team, the New England Patriots, facing against the Buffalo Bills. The various scenarios, they can clinch the AFC East Division title by winning and the Dolphins losing or tying.
Guess what? The Dolphins are playing the Jets, I think. No. The Dolphins are playing the Saints.
Yeah, I was like, no, they played the Jets last week.
That's the New England so lucky then.
New England will clinch a playoff berth if they win, and the Raiders lose or tie, and the Chargers lose, or the Colts lose or tie, and Cincinnati loses, or Indianapolis lose or tie, and Baltimore loses, and Pittsburgh loses or tie, or Indianapolis lose or tie, and the Chargers lose, or Baltimore loses and Cleveland loses or ties, or Pittsburgh loses or tie. That was a mouthful, but that is a lot.
It was. And it's only going to get worse, actually.
Tennessee clinches the AFC South Division if they win and the Colts loses. They will clinch a playoff berth with the win. I'm going to say some of them, and I'll get to what's different between the two. So, if they win and Miami loses or ties, Buffalo loses.
You could just say Miami. So is this? Hold on. Is this plus or these are not ors? These are pluses.
These are pluses. Yes.
Oh my god.
And then I'm going to use the or at the end. Buffalo loses, Denver loses or ties, Cleveland loses or ties, and Pittsburgh loses. And if you take all that outside of Pittsburgh, or Baltimore loses or tie.
I was going to say, I think you should just skip the ties and just go straight to losses.
And then watch we have like a week 16 tie. I'm like, Doc, I told you. I don't think
so.
Don't forget about the ties.
I don't think so. So the NFC, we got the Green Bay Packers. Congratulations to them, the NFC North Division title holders. But moving on here, we have the Arizona Cardinals, who will clinch a playoff berth with an Arizona win, or a Philadelphia, San Francisco, Minnesota, New Orleans loss. You see that? You see how that works? We're gonna skip this tie. There's a lot of pluses in here. I don't like it, but
because it goes down to like tiebreakers and mathematical formulas around it.
Pretty much. But when you look at it, so if Philadelphia loses, and then San Francisco, which I don't know why Philadelphia would be this grand. Did Philadelphia beat Arizona this year?
No.
I don't understand why this. I could see some of these other teams, but I don't really understand why Philadelphia holds so much weight here. But if all those teams lose, we've got Arizona clinching a playoff berth. But it's Philadelphia plus San Francisco, Philadelphia plus Minnesota, Philadelphia plus New Orleans, or Minnesota plus San Francisco, Minnesota plus New Orleans, or New Orleans plus San Francisco. So the Arizona Cardinals probably has the best opportunity to clinch. They just have to win. They have to win versus the tough Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis.
Yes.
Yikes. Moving on here, we got them boys, them Dallas Cowboys, clinch the division The NFC East division with a win, of course, and or a tie. A Philadelphia loss or tie. Dallas clinches at least a tie in strength of victory tiebreaker over Philadelphia. Dallas clinches a wow, look at this. Dallas clinches a playoff berth with a New Orleans loss or tie, a San Francisco loss, or catch this, a Tampa Bay win.
Yep.
Yikes. Here we go. So we got the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams clinch playoff berth with a win, of course. And then they also have to rely on Philadelphia losing and New Orleans losing. Tampa Bay clinches the NFC South division with a win or a tie or a New Orleans loss.
Congratulations on the Buccaneers for winning the NFC South.
Easy, killer. Easy. Easy. Easy.
I'm
Carolina
calling my
Panthers are no
shot.
slouches. No, no, no. We're not doing that. But Tampa Bay clinches playoff berth with Minnesota loss, and a Philadelphia loss. Minnesota lost and a Dallas win, so we need the Cowboys to win as well as they do. Need us to win. And then Minnesota lost plus Dallas clinches at least a tie. They have the tiebreaker over Philly, which is so dumb. But I mean, those are the scenarios there, boyo. I mean,
I'm hyped.
yeah, it's pretty sweet. Um, I'm pretty, yeah, I'm pretty happy with what's going on there. I mean, that's a lot going on.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, I mean, who would have known, 3 weeks ago that we would only have one team clinching by the end of week 15?
True. Everybody would have probably had the Bills in there, had a whole bunch of teams in there, but they've just been struggling so much these last couple of weeks. Um, but let's let's take a quick break because we have a lot to go through, and let's come back briefly after this short intermission of a song.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. And this podcast is clear, clear,
I thought you were gonna go. This podcast on fire.
Oh, there we go.
I thought that's what you were doing. Come on, that's not fair. That's not fair. Come on. I thought that's what was happening. Are you serious right now? Be serious.
Yes.
Come on. But we're back here, taking a quick break here. Now we're gonna head over to the 2022 complete NFL, AFC, and NFC Pro Bowl rosters revealed. We had some wins, we had some losses, we had some people who felt some folks were snubbed. Starting in the NFC, we got Aaron Rodgers, the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Kyler Murray. Aaron Rodgers getting the start, which that could be tomato. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about that, but
I mean,
shout out to A Rod. Yeah. Hopefully, Tom's not there, right? For running back, which is now the running back is pretty surprising. We got Dalvin Cook,
uh-huh.
James Conner,
Uh-huh.
and Alvin Kamara. I'm pretty shocked at Kamara being that he missed so much time, but I'm not 100% sure as to who else would be there. I would have to look at the stats and everything, but this is probably the lowest I've seen Kamara on the running back list in the Pro Bowl. So,
And
but
because
James
he
Conner
did he
though,
did he did he did miss a couple of games as well, which
Mhm.
doesn't help. Um
Yeah, he did. Next we have Cooper Cup, the wide receiver group. Cooper Cup, Devontae Adams, the rookie, Justin Jefferson, and Debo Samuel making the cut. This is pretty good. We'll talk about the snubs afterwards, but this is a pretty good list of receivers there. Trying to think of another NFC receiver that could have been here. Obviously, as I mentioned yesterday, uh, Michael the Horse Gallup, CD, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and
Hmm.
Amari hanging with Mr. Cooper. I mean, they're formidable receivers in Dallas. They just dropped so many passes, man.
Yeah, especially the past couple of weeks,
Yeah,
and I don't think that helps at all. But again, all these receivers could not be there if they found their way to the Super Bowl.
true, true. The offensive attack, the tight ends. We have George Kittle, um, and then we have rookie Kyle Pitts. Really, pretty solid season. Though he took him some time. He was pretty slow getting in there, but shout out to Kyle Pitts making it, living up to that hype. The two starting offensive tackles, Trent Williams, and the second-year pro Tristan Wirfs from the Bucks, and then third Tyron Smith. I mean, all T's, no Y's, right? Trent Williams, Tristan Wirfs, Tyron Smith.
I don't even know
Look
what you're
at
talking
that.
about, but I think
You know
Tristan Wirth
exactly what I'm
absolutely
talking about.
deserves to be in there.
He's a beast. Definitely a solid pick. Hopefully, he's a Buck for his whole career. Um, he'll only get better as time goes on. At the guards, we got Zach Martin and Brandon Shreff holding it down. Then we got Ali Marpet at number three.
Yep.
Ali Marpet, very, very solid guard. Um, and at center, you got Jason Kelsey and
Jason
Ryan
Kelsey's
Jensen.
real solid. Ryan Jensen.
Hmm.
I still think the Buccaneers did a great job as far as the offensive line this year. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we
outside of a
didn't change
few
anything.
outlying, you know, cracks, usually due
Yeah,
to injuries or something like that. But
right. Yeah, they have done a good job. I don't know what they're going to do with Ryan Jensen moving forward because I think this is his contract year. Do they bring him
mhm.
back? So on and so forth. But I mean, we'll see. And we got Kyle Juszczyk for the 49ers fullback, the Juice. That's why I was saying yesterday they had him as a running back, and I'm like, he's definitely a
No, he's a
fullback.
fullback.
Yeah,
He's like one of what? How many fullbacks are in the league right now? It ain't that many.
like probably six.
Like he literally is like the only, I want to say probably like one of maybe four fullbacks in the NFC.
Yeah, yeah. But on the defensive end here, defensive ends, Nick Bosa, the Bosa boys, Brian Burns from the Panthers, and Cam Jordan from the Saints head off the defensive ends. The interior linemen, we got Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, and Kenny Clark, which is pretty awesome. Kenny Clark, definitely a great player. Outside linebackers, we got Chandler Jones, who absolutely tore up the league this year, Robert Quinn, and Shaquille Barrett. Inside middle linebackers, we got Micah Parsons and Bobby Wagner. Micah Parsons, I'm not 100% sure about that one because he plays a little outside and a little inside. I mean, he definitely should make it, but that's I don't know. That's a tough one. It's a tough one. Um, does he deserve to take another middle linebacker slot? I'm not 100% sure, but he definitely deserves a slot, and I think that's the only way to put him in there is at middle. Cornerback, obviously Trevon Diggs,
Of course,
beast. Jalen Ramsey, beast.
beast.
Darius Slay, yeah, they're all monsters. Marshawn Lattimore, free safety Quandre Diggs, and two strong safeties, Buda Baker and
Buda Baker
Harrison
and Harrison
Smith.
Smith, both
Yep.
solid.
Long snapper Josh Harris, punter Brian Anger. Oh my God, Matt Gay is the kicker. Wow. Both kicker and punter are former Bucks.
Yep.
So crazy. Return specialist Jakeem Grant and special teamer J.T. Gray. I don't know what special teamer really means, but I guess that's the guy that runs down
Yeah,
by
one of
himself.
the gunners. Shout
But that
outs
is
to them
the
though for giving Pro Bowl honors to someone on the special teams like that though. Like,
I mean, I don't even know how you would even. I guess the person that makes the most tackles, maybe, or whatever.
yeah, who probably
Even
has
the
like the most impact.
most kickoffs result in touchback. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. John Gotti, go over the AFC, please.
Well, for the quarterback position, we have Justin Herbert of the Chargers, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson, with Justin Herbert being the starter. What are your thoughts on that?
Sorry, I got caught up with Lamar Jackson being the third. Sorry.
I mean, those have been listened to us throughout the whole season knows where we are with Lamar Jackson.
I just don't get it. Like,
do we think that he's Broadway with his talent? Absolutely. Do we think he should be on the Pro Bowl list? Absolutely not.
I mean, I just look at other quarterbacks that could have been there.
Like,
Broadway Joe Burrow.
I wouldn't disagree with that. He having a excellent second year.
Honestly, even in a few struggling weeks, I still would have probably put Josh Allen there.
Yeah. Yeah. Although it would have been apropos, they'd be like, hey, we should put him at running back because, the whole Lamar Jackson situation. Anywho, at running back, we have Doc's MVP.
I even would have put Derek Carr there.
I can see that. Again, we'll talk about the QB index.
We dang well. We dang sure will.
We will. So, so in running back, we have Doc's MVP, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, and Joe Mixon. I don't have an issue with this.
None.
Wide receiver, we have Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, both starters, Stephon Diggs, and Keenan Allen.
Nice.
Still, no issues there. And tight end, we have Mark Andrews as the starter and Travis Kelce.
I mean, come
on. Travis Kelce only started to get going the last couple of weeks. I have to put Mark Andrews as the starter. Now, whether or not he'll get as much burn as Travis Kelce is going to get if they actually both, end up in the Pro Bowl game, that's a totally different story. Offensive tackle, we have Rashawn Slater, Orlando Brown, and Deion Dawkins.
I like those three.
Offensive guard, we have Quentin Nelson, really solid. Joel Bitonio. Ooh, I got that
Bitonio.
right.
You did. You killed it.
And Wyatt Teller. 2 Browns for the offensive guard.
Who both got extensions this year. Very well deserved.
For center, we have Corey Linsley, who's starting, and Ryan Kelly.
I like Ryan Kelly a lot.
Yeah. Fullback, we have Patrick Ricard.
One of the other 6.
Okay, we're probably going to need to get Chris to give us an actual list of all the fullbacks in the NFL right now. But... On the defensive side of the ball, or defensive end, we have Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, both are the starters, and Trey Hendrickson.
Very, very good.
Very solid. Can't get upset with that. Interior linemen, we have DeForest Buckner, Chris Jones, both starting, and Cameron Hayward. I don't have an issue with that.
DeForest Buckner, I mean, I worried about him leaving the 49ers, but
he's shown that he can still, produce.
And he's a guy that, came in from Oregon. You remember he had the big issue coming into the draft.
Well, I mean,
but yeah,
they also had the same issue with LeGarrette Blount too.
True, but LeGarrette Blount almost screwed LeGarrette.
Outside linebacker, we have T.J. Watt, Joey Bosa, both starting, and Matt Judon.
That's a great list. That's
a great list. Yeah, that's insane. Middle linebacker, we got Darius Leonard starting, and Denzel Perryman.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the other middle linebacker would be if it wasn't those two. So
I
we'll
don't
see.
know either. I don't know either. Cornerback, we have J.C. Jackson, Xavier Howard, both starting,
Yeah,
Denzel Ward, and Kenny Moore the second.
solid.
Free safety, we have Kevin Byard.
Hmm.
Strong safety, Derwin James as the starter, and Tyron Honey Badger Matthew.
I'm glad he's still doing it, man.
Yeah. Special
He's still doing
teams
it.
for the AFC. Long snapper, we have Luke Rhodes. Punter, we have AJ Cole.
Baby!
That was good. I can't get mad about that. Place kicker, of course, it's going to be Justin Tucker. Come on,
The Tuck.
man. Return specialist, we have Devin Duvernay.
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 Duvernay. Hmm.
And special teamer, we got Matthew Slater.
I can understand Slate. I mean, that's your 2022 Pro Bowlers. I mean, let's look at these quote unquote
Snubs.
snubs. Um, so the first one here is the center for the AFC, David Andrews from the New England Patriots. Obviously, Ryan Kelly was the selection as the second, reserve or the backup center. I mean, I like Ryan Kelly. I like the whole offensive line for the Colts. So I could
It's hard.
see,
It's hard.
yeah.
Like he has to, be the outside looking in this
I'm
case.
actually surprised that more Colts offensive linemen aren't on the list.
Hmm.
But when you look at the Patriots, I think they don't have that run number, right? They
Yep.
don't have those numbers, so it makes sense that a center at in a system where they run the ball more would work out better for them.
I
Um,
agree with you. Actually,
but next, again, Joe Burrow.
we literally just
I
talked about
mean,
that.
come on, come on. I'm fully aware Jackson is more than just a passer, right? In this little blurb here. Um,
I mean, you just had to throw that in there, right?
right. But I just think that Joe should be here.
I completely agree with you. And again, we like Lamar. We'll shake his hand, whatever. But
Of
we're
course.
going to be
Right.
completely in the middle when it comes to our
Right.
critiquing of talent in the NFL.
Next, we got Austin Eckler. Again, it's hard. Jonathan Taylor, obviously, no.
Yeah,
Joe Mixon, probably not. Chubb, maybe, because he missed some games.
Eckler missed the games too.
Maybe. And that's why he's not on the list.
Yep,
Leonard Fournette, he gets a lot of tutties.
he does. But now he's hurt, so
True. And
that's
maybe
probably
they,
why they didn't bring him on it, just
yeah, that's
because
what
he's
I'm
hurt.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking too. Same with Chris Godwin. But
Yeah, Chris
I
Godwin would
mean,
have been legitimately.
um,
I would not have an issue with you being completely upset if he was healthy and not out for the season and he became a snub.
yeah.
And because the same thing could be said about Derrick Henry. Like honestly, him and Jonathan Taylor going after the rushing title this year would have been must see TV
I think
for
it's just
those
so
who want to
funny.
debate
He hasn't played since week 8, and he's still
in the top
fifth
five in rushing.
in
Yep,
rushing. That's
because a lot of
nuts.
teams don't the a lot of teams don't rush the ball.
That's so crazy. But obviously, he hasn't played in a minute.
Yeah,
So it's okay. Yannick Ngakwe. I don't know. I think it's just a name. I mean, obviously, they got Max Crosby, the nod. Um, and, obviously, Ngakwe has more sacks, but we're talking about, you know,
but that's
five.
sacks due to the attention
Yeah,
that Max Crosby is getting, though.
I mean, something like that. I mean, but it also says here at the end, Crosby's been better against the run and a
Hmm.
more complete defender. So, I mean, that makes more sense. But I imagine Ngakwe is gonna play hard. Kenny Ngagwu, who it's so funny because I'm playing Madden and they have him at wide receiver or kick returner. He's actually my starting running back. I decided to go young
That's
uh, and,
interesting.
and play this young man. That's how I know how to say his name, because I was like I'm playing a game with him. Very solid running back, but Jakeem Grant. I mean, if it's not going to be Cordell Patterson, then it's got to be Jakeem Grant. I mean,
Yeah.
which
Does
Cordell Patterson
Cordell
is Jakeem
Patterson still return kicks?
Grant. I believe so.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think he's. I honestly don't think he's that great. I don't
No,
know
and he's
why
also playing on
people.
the Falcons too, which doesn't help either.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, yes, he has 1,400 yards total combined, but I mean, when he's like the only weapon outside of Pitts that they really have. I mean, no
Yep.
disrespect to some of the receivers over there,
I
but
mean, Calvin Ridley's still there too.
no disrespect to the receivers over there, but getting rid of Julio was like one of the worst things they could have ever done.
It is the Falcons.
Then we got interior defensive lineman Jeffrey Simmons again, Buckner, and some of those other guys. Like, no, I just can't see that happening.
Yeah.
Say, and again, I mean, safety Justin Simmons. Safety could have went either way. I would say.
Yeah, I would
Um,
say safety, you could probably have a few people that you could put on there. Yes, Justin Simmons is definitely having a great season.
yeah,
Um, and he just signed an extension too with the Broncos too.
true.
But I mean, safety position could have been up in the air.
We could just skip over Matthew Stafford. You could just stop it.
Talk is like, I don't want to talk about
Okay.
that crap.
Yeah, you could just stop it. Matthew Stafford, although he outplayed some of these people, he won some of those games. It's just the games that he didn't win or the games that
I
he struggled in.
I would have only been upset if he made it to the list and Cooper Cup did not.
Mm, I can understand that. Patrick Surtain the second, I can agree that he should have been in over
Mm-hmm.
Denzel Ward. Um, I don't know about AJ Terrell. Um, the Falcons again.
It's
I mean, they play a
hard to
lot of they play a lot of
it's
defense.
yeah, like it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard. And I understand it, but unfortunately, like you also have to take in, how much time you're on the field, and they're on the field a
mhm,
lot.
true,
They're on the
true,
field a lot.
big time a lot. And lastly, we got J.C. Treader, the Cleveland Browns center. They could have went with the trick shot, right? The triple hat, trick hat. How many hats is it?
Hat trick.
Hat trick. There you go. It was a triple OG, triple.
Triple
um,
sauerkraut. Let's go.
yeah. But I think Ryan Kelly. I just think I don't know. I mean, it could have went either way. I think with
Yeah.
this one. But when you look at that Colts running attack, it's
It's
just too
it's
good.
hard. It's hard to try to deny it because they're
And
producing results.
some of the other people, just to name a few, Eric Kendricks, the linebacker from the Vikings,
Yeah.
easily, and that kind of goes with that Micah Parsons thing I was telling you about. Devondre Campbell, linebacker. I don't think Mike Williams or Deontay
No.
Johnson not doing that. Kirk Cousins, why don't we
No.
just stop it?
No.
And yeah, I don't think any of the other people. No, I'm
No.
sorry. Maybe these people will be very notable, like notable replacements of replacements.
Yes.
You know, but Johnny, really quickly here before we get into the QB index, Washington is regaining the Heineken back for their matchup versus them boys.
They want to play
That's
spoilers. That's why.
they do. They do. I wanted to bring to your attention
Okay.
Trent Williams being able to return. They released an article today. Him being able to return to the NFL is one of the top tackles after being diagnosed with a terminal cancer prognosis here. I mean, he has come in. I mean, he took off a lot of years of football. Um, obviously was with the Washington Old Skins. But there's a documentary out called The Silverback, which I'm looking forward to seeing. The Trent Williams story, which of course talks about his recent battle with cancer and his return to the gridiron. I don't mean the gridiron game,
Yikes.
but I'm looking forward to, seeing this documentary, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. I'll be also interested to see, where he landed on that. Um, Actually, let me go back. Actually, he was in
Okay.
the Pro Bowl, wasn't he?
Yeah. So was he ever in the Pro Bowl? Probably.
No, wasn't he? He was in Trent. I think he was a starter. Let me go back now. Now I got to go back. Trent Williams, Tyron. Was it another T? Yeah, he did. He did. So
Yeah,
that's
that's,
what makes sense. Yeah,
that's what I just said.
yeah. You said no. Oh, you know
That's-
what? You
well,
getting
I
a
can't
tech?
get a third tech. I was
You
already at
getting
the
a third
game.
tech? You getting a third tech? Trent Williams. Trent Williams. The amazing story of him returning back to glory and actually making the Pro Bowl. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Uh, Prof is not on his game. Must be the New York on his shirt today, ladies. I don't know. Oh my
Well, I
God.
mean, if it was at New Jersey, I would have been fine.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the QB index. And lastly, here we got the QB index as well as the Thursday night preview. Um, we got number one, Aaron Rodgers, overtaking, that number one spot. Definitely been playing pretty dang well despite the toe that's supposedly holding him back. But
Yeah, it's gonna hold him back to earn another freaking MVP
I don't know.
to quiet a lot
It,
of naysayers.
I think if everything that you said this season comes into fruition, Jonathan Taylor will win the MVP.
I feel like they're gonna give him the offensive player of the year
Hmm.
just so Aaron Rodgers can get the. And I think I said that last week actually.
Even though statistically, I mean, Tom is still better right now, and that at number two, you do have Tom Brady. Who did struggle. Um, obviously the Saints went ahead and made sure that the Bucks, didn't win MVP and get home field advantage on their account. But I would say that he is doing a great job. Obviously, at the age of 44, we know. But number two, I think he's doing really good. Racked up about 15 turnovers right now, but he's doing a great job managing the game and moving on. Number three, we have Kyla Murray. Um, Obviously, they lost to the Lions, so I'm surprised that he's still here, but I don't think it was all on him. Like I said, the Lions, I think, as you mentioned, is a tough, scrappy team, a team that, you know, is probably the best now to 11-1 team in the history of losing teams. Kyler Murray just wasn't comfortable back there, and the Lions
I
were able to
mean,
get his
he was
number.
honestly kind of pulling Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He's kind of running for his life out there, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
I get it. I get it. Next, we have Justin Herbert, who within his own right. I mean, if you take away, the Kyler Murrays, the Aaron Rodgers, and the Tom Brady's, Justin Herbert's number freaking one or number two right now, and he's really uh, dominating. I mean, despite
Yeah,
everything.
outside of that one really really bad week,
Hmm.
and I think every single quarterback in the top five had at least one really really bad week.
Hmm.
Justin Herbert, the top five QB in the league.
Yeah. We got number
Just
5 here.
looking at him and not the whole team, ESPN.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. At number 5 here, we got Matthew Stafford. Um, number 5 is a pretty good, good spot for
Yeah.
him. I mean, he throws his occasional little interception. Like I said, he got Cooper Cup out there running wild.
And
Um,
I think he's getting more comfortable with OBJ as another weapon too, which
agreed.
you know, now they're getting towards the end of the season. They're trying to clinch a playoff berth. Like this is around the time where teams like the Rams want to start getting hot.
True. Hopefully they don't. Number 6 here, we got Joe Burrow, which I said,
Yeah,
Herbert,
put him
Burrow.
in there.
Yeah, they'll always be around. He has thrown a lot of interceptions, but really this is his first full season.
Yes.
Even this season, I think he's been out a couple games, right? Has he missed any games this season?
No, but he did get hurt.
He did. He took a big shot.
Yes.
Um, so I mean, hopefully he can stay healthy. But I mean, so far not bad. Him and again Herbert, pretty much really close and on par.
Yep.
A missed game or two, if
Would you say that this might end up being the current the modern day version of Brady and Manning?
no,
Okay.
I don't think so.
I had to
No,
add the little clickbaity question for the folks out there.
no, I think it would be something else. I don't know what it would be, but it'd be slightly different. These
I'll
guys are
ask,
good.
I'll ask you tomorrow. That way Doc can think
How
about it over the
about you ask me in 5 years? 5 years, yeah, 5 years sounds good.
night.
Because you never know. I mean, number 7, Josh Allen might.
I will
You
put a
know,
reminder.
that's fine. Hey
Okay, I'm
Alexa,
just letting
remind
you
me in
know.
5 years.
I'll end up getting a tech for it, but you're like, man, that's 5 years, man.
Hey Alexa, 5 years from now, ask me who's better between Joe Burrows and freaking Justin Herbert. You know? Okay.
Okay, Doc. What would you
Right.
like for me to remind you?
Number 7, Josh Allen, who easily could be again in that Pro Bowl running.
Yep.
Definitely dominated the Bucks in that second half of the game, and then decided to, get a tune-up
Yep.
game against
The
the
only
Rams.
thing that hurts him is, his offensive line not doing a good job protecting him.
True. Number 8, we got Patrick Mahomes, who is Mahoming with the State Farm, discount that we talked about yesterday.
Uh, these shoes just ran out.
Right. Exactly. The Patrick Mahomes price.
I
Dang.
mean, I just want to hang out with Sneakerhead Mahomes for a little bit. I can learn a little bit more about sneakers. Sheesh.
I'm just trying to get to the gym. We got Derek Carr at number 9 here, hanging in to the top 10. Again, easily could have been in the Pro
Yep.
Bowl over Lamar. That was a rough game. Obviously, COVID running wild.
Corona
Uh,
chain.
yeah, it's running wild, and um, he's able to manage the game. I think the Raiders have been just hanging in, as Jay Rich
Hmm.
said. Every week, I feel like the Raiders are trying to kill me. And then at number 10, which again, that game against the Giants was really no good.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott, it just is no good. I mean, they didn't have a play over 20 yards, which
The offense looked
again,
bad.
they could have had plays over 20 yards, but his receivers just kept
Dropping
dropping
the ball.
passes. So it was pretty rough. But just want to take a quick look here at some of the other notables here. Number 11, Kirk Cousins. I mean, I don't, again, Kirk is just he's managing the game. He's doing a great job managing the game, but I would question his future in Minnesota after this year or whenever his
Hmm.
contract is up. Mac Jones, I'm surprised went up um, because
I think
he
it's
did
more
not
because
look
of
good.
the poise under pressure for him.
Somebody must have dropped tremendously. I don't see anybody who dropped tremendously, but I'm surprised there. Russell Wilson even went up one,
Yep.
and I don't understand that either. But yeah, that's a rough one here. Johnny, let's go to the Thursday night game.
Sure.
We got San Francisco. We got Tennessee. Johnny, who? do you got?
I'm going to go with the 49ers. I can't trust Tennessee's offense.
Tennessee still. Hold on, Baby Got Back is playing again.
Oh my
There we go.
gosh. I feel like that should be a tech.
It was. It's a commercial for freaking Discover on NFL channel. It's playing in my ear. I couldn't resist the urge to say it. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But the 49ers have the 12th ranked offense, the 6th ranked defense, and 13th in passing, 7th in rushing. The Titans are 17th in offense, 10th in defense, 23rd in passing, and 4th in rushing. Oof, this is a tough one. I mean, like, I was going to pick the 49ers as well, but I feel like that could screw us in the long run.
Kind of like what happened with us with the Washington football team game.
Exactly. But I feel like the 49ers should win. I'm going to go with the 49ers as well. We'll see if they can bring it home.
I
for
have
Dr.
a
Prof.
I have a tech in the back of my pocket waiting for you after this game.
I didn't even do anything. Is it because I'm choosing the 49ers?
No,
I didn't
because you
even
gave
do
him the
anything.
little jinx.
Oh my God, I didn't jinx it. But Johnny, I know that people heard this podcast on their favorite podcast platform. But if they didn't, they can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com to review this episode as well as all the previous. Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we go over this Thursday night game, as well as deliver you the news, the analysis, and the reads.
Eat, sleep, poop, conquer, repeat.